So, just like a magician never reveals his secrets, we decided not to post this video until now.
That's because we didn't finish shooting it until now. So we got the idea for Brush with Death after looking at shadows on a wall. We were standing at a building that was next to a highway, and the cars were driving by. Wait, no, that's graphic violence.
Yeah. Hold on, wait.
Brush with Death is the successor of graphic violence.
Yeah, it's the spiritual
I was
successor.
thinking about graphic violence.
The idea for Brush with Death came from those forced perspective chalk drawings that you can only see and make sense of from the right angle.
Yes.
What if it spills across the sidewalk and the street and then goes up to the wall? And then what if you take that perspective and you shift it to the point where the shape stretches out and becomes unrecognizable? Like, what can you do with an effect like that?
So to pull this effect off, we use a technique called camera mapping. And basically, camera mapping takes your picture, your drawing, and it projects it from the camera's point of view onto whatever geometry you have.
We would build rough geometry in 3ds Max that mimics the difference in height between the road, sidewalk, and the wall, and basically just shoot out an image of Jake from the camera's perspective.
Now the thing is, the camera's moving. Like, for example, the shots that are sweeping around and then it lines up at one point. So we project it from that one point where we want it to line up. And then as the camera would move to its other points, it would become stretched, just like those perspective drawings.
So only when you come back to the right spot does everything make sense.
The hard part was erasing Jake those couple of moments when he's supposed to be invisible, and he runs and he jumps into place. Because it's easy to paint people out when the camera's not moving around in space, but it's locked off in one point and just looking around.
Mm-hmm.
When the camera's moving, you start getting perspective and parallax and all this other crazy stuff into the mix. So for this one, we had to take an extra step further and actually build a 3D representation of the scene.
While we use 3ds Max for the actual projection of the characters, we're using After Effects for that 3D kind of background cleanup. There's a video Copilot tutorial actually teaching how to do camera projection with After Effects. That's actually a technique we used in the photoreal video as well.
Those were all the perspective tricks, but then we had a couple other things we wanted to try. For example, a door is painted on the wall, and I run through the door and come out the wall. And the first shot, I'm actually in real life, and I somehow walk into the wall, which has come into place perspective-wise. The next shot, I run out of it. Basically, we filmed me just running up to the wall, like I was going to run into it, but then I actually just leave frame and stop. And then the camera stays looking at the wall. Then, over here on our street, we filmed me just running into an open door.
Cut, copy, paste. That's it.
Same thing for jumping out. Film me running out of a doorway, take that, stick it onto the wall, a little bit of roto work, and then it just pans over to me already standing there, ready to go.
You could talk about your 3D hammer.
3D hammer time. Basically, all I did is build a hammer in 3ds Max. I rendered it out from one perspective. Then, take that and do the same camera projection technique that we did for all the other shots.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Basically, instead of still image, it's an animation. And the beginning and end frames are essentially just stills.
So actually, Brush with Death was also the first video ever where we got stopped by street security.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Basically, there's some guys on bicycles that rolled over and they're like,
You have too many people here. You know you can only have 3 crew and 1 actor. And I was like, we only have 1 actor. I mean, are you counting the dog? Because Jake brought his dog Rocky, and
oh, Evan.
Nico, myself, Evan, Jake, and Rocky were there. And I guess they were counting the dog as a person because they said 3.
And then I explained the concept to them.
He's just
and of
rambling
course,
on. It's like,
these are guys on bicycles like, guys, so we're gonna take these people, we're gonna camera map them onto the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna project it out. It's like, you know, it's like street art, but like it's coming to
At
life.
this point, they're like, okay, whatever, and
They're
they
like,
just
oh,
biked away. And that was that. They're like, I'm out. I
kids are on
don't want
crack.
to deal with this. Brush with Death, oddly enough, was our most popular video in Japan. I don't know why. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look into how we made Brush with Death. It's kind of unique. It's one close to our hearts. Like Sam said, it's the highest rated video we've ever made. I guess we'll see you on the flip side.